Micheal Alisa.
Yeah, Micheal Alisa.
Hey. It's great to be back.
Woo!
It's a linebacker
Hipster
day.
Micheal Alisa. Are those prescription?
Yes, these are, yeah.
Okay.
I wear contacts
Just
usually.
checking. I just don't know if you're pulling a Ziggy or not. You know?
I was going to wear my contacts today. I woke up, one of them had a little tear. So
Come on, man.
had to rock these bad boys.
It's all good. This is your Clark Kent costume, right?
That's why I had my Superman BYU shirt right here.
All right, Michael, as a former player and now fan, we were just talking about how every game has come down to, except the Michigan State game, which most recently happened, but every game has just been a nail-biter. What has it been like for you to watch that emotionally? Some of your former teammates go through what they're going through.
Well, those are the most memorable games as a player, and they're so fun. It's that fourth quarter, games on the line, I got to make a play feeling that a player lives for. So I watched that game. Yeah, I feel nervous watching it because you have no control, but as a player, that's your sweet spot. I mean, that's the situation that you beg your coach to put you in the game for, especially guys like Taysom Hill, Jamal Williams. Those competitor guys, I'm sure they're just loving that.
Yeah, do you think at any point they're nervous now after so much?
So many reps in that situation, right? And we were talking about Mississippi State. This is the classic trap game. This is a team that's down. BYU feels like they should win, right? They're 7.5-point favorite. Boise State looming next week on the road, who's 15th in the country. Trap game or not for BYU this week?
You know, I don't think so. And just because of Mississippi State's reputation, and I before the season started, we looked at all these games and we said, okay, who's going to win these games? BYU is underdog in a lot of them, but the X factor was always Taysom Hill, right? And beginning of the season, we were kind of getting a little nervous about, where's the Taysom of old that we used to see, and Taysom's back. And so all these games, I mean, I don't think that there's any question that Taysom Hill can take over any game no matter what the situation is, especially with the way that Jamal Williams is playing. No way there's a trap game. These guys are competitors, and they win. Game over.
But as a player, did you ever look at a certain game, and this is an SEC team, so just based on conference affiliation alone, let alone how good they are within the SEC, were there were games where you're like, okay, this one's going to be we don't have to be in fifth gear for this one per se.
No way. It's an SEC team. There's no way I'm overlooking this team.
I'm saying, like, when you were playing Idaho and New Mexico State and those in November, you knew you could be in third or fourth gear in those games, though, right?
Don't admit anything you don't want to admit, Michael.
You're not a player anymore. It's okay.
Maybe you're not quite as up for those games, yes. But you're asking for BYU if Mississippi State is a trap game?
You can't overlook an SEC
No way.
team.
Okay, yeah.
You can't overlook an SEC team, right?
And I don't think they will. I'm just saying, just be careful. Don't look at the 2 and 3, right?
Right, yeah. And they're not looking at the record. They're looking at the name. It's Mississippi State. They're looking at the conference, SEC. So no way they overlook this team. They're up for this week. I guarantee you, especially with the record that they have, they're not going in undefeated. They know that they have to win this game to have a winning record. So this is a big deal.
Southern Utah and UMass are the games that they can go in third gear later.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Maybe even Utah State. We'll see.
BYU fans, including tomorrow night, have 7 more games to watch Taysom Hill and Jamal Williams line up in the backfield together. 7 games.
It's special.
That's it. So enjoy the ride. And tomorrow night, Jamal's most likely going to become the career rushing leader at BYU. He needs 64 yards to pass Harvey Unga's mark. When will Jamal Williams break the record tomorrow, Michael?
He should break it before the second half.
Okay.
Yeah, so before halftime, it's going down. And fans are going to go crazy. And the way that Jamal's been playing, he's not going to let up at all. I loved that 60-whatever yarder that he busted out against Michigan State because all he needed was a first down to end that game. But the competitor that Jamal Williams made him, he was going for gold. He's going for a home run every single time he touches that ball.
It's chip, 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 chip. Break a big one for BYU.
And that play made it so he didn't have to have 136 tomorrow. It made it so he only had to have 64, which is great. And you know Jamal well. In fact, you were the starting running back in 2012, his freshman year. And then you broke your arm against Hawaii, and then Jamal came in. And that was kind of the end, right? That was the beginning of Jamal.
He can you
were the key to that, right?
Thank you for the career record.
So funny thing, if I had not broken I think it's a good thing I got injured because he probably would have taken the spot anyway. But we can blame it on the injury that I lost that starting position. But no, Jamal is such an amazing athlete. I've loved watching him this year. I tweeted out after the Arizona game, I said, distance makes the heart grow fonder, because I feel like the Jamal Williams we're seeing this year, as good as he was in years past, is a completely different player, even stronger, even faster. And his determination on these plays, the willingness to stay on his feet and keep driving, I've been so impressed with this play.
He's such a violent runner, and when he sees the gap, I mean, just the instincts take over. And I talked to him yesterday, and I asked him about that. Like, when did the instincts start to just take over? And he said, it took me a while. It took me a little while, probably to the end of my sophomore season, before I was like, okay, I feel confident every time I touch the ball, and I'm just going to let my natural abilities take over. You made the switch. We have documented that well, from running back to linebacker.
Jamal was so good that Michael's like, I'll just play linebacker.
I'm just going to play linebacker.
You know what? If I want to see the field, I had to go to defense. It just made sense.
Hey, listen, the Texas Longhorns of 2014 are none too happy that Micheal Alisa made the switch to linebacker.
The Catalina wine mixer, wasn't it?
It's the Catalina wine mixer.
Francis Bernard is doing something that you did, running back last year, and now he has made the transition to linebacker. What is the hardest part about that transition?
Well, it's a completely different mindset. Now, the style of play that you see in Jamal Williams and Francis Bernard, Algie Brown as well, I mean, I'll even say Paul Asike, that violent running style, that makes it a little easier to switch to a defensive position. So that was nice for me. But for Francis Bernard, the toughest thing is just learning a new defense, a new scheme. I mean, you're going from being the ball carrier where all the lights are on you to the only time that you get any recognition is making a tackle. So you kind of become a little hungrier, and you kind of have to make things happen yourself rather than given opportunities.
You have to intercept the ball with one hand down the sideline in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, against your rival. That was an amazing play. And I remember saying, Francis made that transition look easy. Compared to what I did. I mean, it's not like anyone can do that. But an athlete like Francis Bernard, he's coming to his own. I think that is truly his natural position. And props to Coach Satake for seeing that and helping him find that.
Let's talk about Butch Powell, or the lack of Butch Powell. So he had roughly 4,000 tackles in the first 3 or 4 games, gets hurt against West Virginia. The last 2 games, what have you seen from the middle linebacker position as BYU's thrown Harvey Longy in there, Francis Bernard, Adam Pulsifer, Austin here? They're trying to find an answer, and I'm not sure they've found the same kind of guy as Butch Powell yet.
Yeah, this defense, what Tuiaki's doing, this defense features the linebacker position. It's a lot different from the defense that they had when they were at Utah, which featured the defensive end position. And it really allowed Butch to really make a lot of plays. But the next guy in that position has not been able to do what Butch has been doing. And so, yes, the defense misses Butch. They need to find somebody who can be that guy who's all over the field, making pass breakups and getting to the backfield, sacking the quarterback. Now, you guys probably know more than me. I don't know if it's going to be Harvey Longy. I think that Harvey Longy is a better fit at linebacker than he has been at defensive end. This is his first year being on the line. Sai Totu has more experience just because he's been there at the outside linebacker
in the second half. Sai's really good.
yeah, maybe we just let him rest the first half and come in the second half and clean up like he did against Michigan State. That was amazing. But yeah, they need to find who's going to be Butch's replacement if Butch can't get healthy. Let's hope that they find in this game.
Micheal Alisa, former BYU running back and linebacker. Did you play anything else at BYU?
I was a kick returner for a week. And I remember I came out late to practice, and they said, "You're done." It was Coach Holiday, and I'll never forget that. And my pride, I was like, fine, I never want to return a kick anyway. But inside, I was like, man, I really wanted to return kicks.
The one-time kick returner until he was late for it. Micheal Alisa with us as part of BYU Sports Nation inside the BYU store right now. We've got some swag for you, man.
Yeah, let's give this to you now. So this is the new BYU Sports Nation shirt. We've showed this in studio. This is a good-looking shirt, right? It's kind of like a shirt jersey of sorts.
Yeah, you got the stripes.
So here you go.
Retro throwback feel.
Thank you.
Yeah. When you played, you were probably an XL. This is a large. So.
Don't let him take shots at you like that.
Probably really loose around the biceps.
$15 online. By the way, I was just told this. Ben Bagley, our producer, just told us BYU, by contract, is allowing Mississippi State fans to bring cowbells into the stadium tomorrow night.
I need more cowbell!
So the man, the myth, the legend, Bruce Dickinson, might make an appearance tomorrow night.
How many cowbells do you think, along with Mississippi State fans, are really going to show up in Provo? Like, I wonder what kind of an impact that will have. How
Will
much
BYU
of a noise
fans bring cowbells?
Yeah,
Because that'd
difference.
be the opposite effect, I think. That's their thing, right?
Can we out cowbell them? Is that allowed? Do
They-
teams
Well,
do
they're
that?
used to
BYU fans
that.
can't bring them. It's only the Mississippi State fans.
So just wear a tan shirt or a
maroon shirt
and
and
switch it later.
do it when we're on defense.
Are you honestly encouraging BYU fans to wear a maroon
if
shirt?
someone dressed like Bruce Dickinson from the SNL skit
Wait,
and
who-
banged it like Will Ferrell, yes.
Who would ever
Out of
wear a
fever.
maroon shirt to a BYU home game?
I did against Texas
Jerem.
A&M. I just grabbed a shirt out of my dresser and I just went to the game and I was like, cool. I was 13. I'm like, oh my gosh, Texas A&M's maroon.
You
Like,
wore Texas A&M's
yeah,
colors
Yeah.
to the pigskin
I'm surprised I got into BYU with my
kickoff.
HT. I'll be
Wow.
honest.
Michael, great stuff, man. Enjoy the T-shirts.
Oh, thanks so
Yeah,
much,
good
guys.
to see you, man.
Yeah, good to
Thanks
see you
for coming,
too.
dude.